Yo, what's going on guys? HashBrown Doyler here. Today I'm gonna do a quick commentary about it's my 1 year anniversary since I got kicked from Rise Skating. This video is gonna be about basically the reasons for why I was kicked and my personal experience being in teams and not being in teams and all that. Let's just get straight into it. On the 23rd of January 2015, at 94k subs, I got kicked from Rise. I really don't want to get too much into the lots of detail on this. I've already tried this video like 5 times, and one of the times I got the dates completely wrong, but they took me like 20 minutes to explain it. I'm gonna aim for under 10 minutes, so yeah. Rise Chris is he's the main reason for why I got kicked, I believe. I'm not gonna get way into it like I have in the other videos that I'm not gonna put out, but basically, I was sleeping, I woke up, this was just before my school year started, so I was still like sleeping until about 1 or 2 p.m. So I wake up, I look on my iPod, and I have a bunch of notifications from Twitter from like Chris, and I think there was Skater, and possibly CJ as well. He's like Rise CJ, he's back in Rise somehow. So basically I'm like, oh shit, lots of stuff must have happened. Excuse me. So I go on Twitter, I have a bunch of notifications, and I'm bloody shocked to see that there's Chris agreeing with Skaters when Skater said that HashBrown should be kicked from Rise. I don't know why, what gave him the idea of that, but somehow Chris seemed to really like the idea of that, so he was like, yeah, he's gonna get kicked later today. So as soon as I saw that, the second I saw that, I think I either messaged him on Twitter or I went on my dad's computer to message him on Skype, because my computer was broken at the time and Chris knew it was broken, so you know. So I messaged him saying like, what's going on, like why you're saying I'm getting kicked or whatever. I got no response, legit no response at all. So I messaged Albert, and he didn't I don't think he replied either. I messaged him on Twitter, got no response. So about 2 weeks before any of this happened, I just want to real quick say Chris actually told me in a party, on an Xbox Live party, just us two, that Rise is taking Death Race out of like the Rise division. So I'm thinking, okay, so Chris doesn't like me, or he just really doesn't like Death Race. And Chris doesn't even play Skate 3, so he must have no opinion on Death Race, so he must just not like me. So as soon as he said that, I asked Albert, he said Albert didn't agree with that. So that's how I know that Chris doesn't respect me at all. So I've got no opinion on Chris, just he's, So basically, I see that on Twitter, I see him saying like, yeah, HashBrown's going to get kicked, whatever. I go on Skype, the second I log into Skype to like message Chris or whatever, ask him what's happening, I get kicked from the Rise Skype chat. So I'm a bit angry, I'm like, what's going on here, So I think I eventually got a reply from Chris, and he said the 3 fake reasons for why I was kicked were that I was inactive, I had a bad reputation, and I recruited bad players. So I'm going to quickly just go into those 3 reasons real quick. The first one is that I was inactive. To be fair, there are still people in Rise that were in Rise by the time I was in Rise, even before, if not like a week after, no joke, and they are inactive, more than active than I was then, and more inactive than I am now. So that's just straight up lies. And Chris and I, the day my computer broke in 2014 in like November, somewhere around there. And I told Chris legit the day of it, I said, my computer broke, I won't be able to make videos. He said, it's all good, don't worry about it. So that's that. He was like, yeah, it's all good. But if he's talking about not having episodes on Rise, I also had a third episode that was actually never put out on Rise. It was edited by Rise J-Dog. Then legit one day after he finished the edit, the whole age skating thing, or the era skating thing, or whatever, that all happened. J-Dog left to join Age. Chris said to me that we can't use episodes since he's not in Rise, and so I need permission from J-Dog. I got permission from J-Dog. I told Chris, he said, nah, still can't put it up. So Chris is just doing anything to not let me go on the Rise channel, I'm pretty sure. So I was just hanging around for another couple months. I was I legit tried to talk to them in a party a couple times about it. They just either ignored me or just said, yeah, nah, we don't really want that in Rise. By they, I mean Chris, Albert, I don't think he even had a word on it, I don't know. Yeah, that's basically it for the first reason. The second reason is about me having a bad reputation. And that is the most furthest from the truth. That makes sense, furthest from the truth. That's the most, it's not true at all. Excuse me. Because if you didn't know, I used to be an X7 gaming before I was in Rise, 11 months before I joined Rise, I might have been in X7, I think, something like that. So yeah, it's ever since I was in X7 until I was in Rise, I legit played at Mia Park every single day. Even before I was even in X7, I played at Mia Park, but because you either have X7 or Rise in front of your name, you instantly get people just want to talk to you, so you have to you can either ignore them and you seem like a dick, or you can talk to them and communicate with your fans. And that's what I did every single day at Mega Park, basically, no joke. And so I'd do that, so I'd talk to fans every single day. I even started a bloody series called 1v1 with fans. If I had a bad reputation, why would I start that series? It makes no sense. Absolutely no sense. And so yeah, so that's that reason for why I still don't know. I don't understand why Chris would even use it as a fake reason. Let's be honest here. I'm not trying to talk shit or start anything, but I've been in Rise for a year, so I've talked to quite a few people in the community. And if we're talking about Rise, talking about teams, whatever, and the subject comes up who is good in Rise and who's bad, and who's your favourite person, all that, honest to God, at least 90% of the time, when they say who isn't their favourite person in Rise, they either say Chris or Albert. No joke. And most of the time it's people saying Albert is their favourite person, but if they don't like Rise, they don't like Albert. It's always people from back in the day who don't like Rise. If you were around back then, you should know what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's it for that reason. Is 8 minutes into it, and go a bit quicker. The last reason is that I recruited bad people. I can't fully disagree with that, because I'm not gonna lie, one person who I kind of recruited wasn't the best. Let me get into that. So I found this out about legit 3 days ago, that I recruited this person called Rise RPM, but he's not the bad person. I didn't even know that I recruited him. I wrote that down in my notes on my iPod, and I was going back through all my notes. I forgot all about that, he's a cool guy. He has a really deep voice. But now let's get back into it. So as a co-leader, me and True, X7 True, we were co-leaders. That doesn't mean a damn thing. You don't have any more power than anyone else in the team, really. The most that I could do was to recommend who we recruit. Excuse me, just had some noodles. Yeah, that was during the 90k RC as well, the recruitment challenge. So yeah, so there was this person called Vice Joey, I believe his name was, and he had a really, really, really good recruitment challenge. It was a really good trickline RC. So I recommended to either Chris or Albert if we can recruit him. They said yeah, add him to the chat. It was all good. about a month later or whatever it was when his first I was introducing came out, I'm not gonna lie, it was probably below average for what the standards should have been. But you can't blame someone's skill on like the person who recruited him, if that makes sense. Like you can't blame that his introducing was bad on me, but his recruitment challenge was good. It doesn't work like that. It's a player's skill. I'm just assuming he was like rushing it, or I've got no clue, man. He ended up getting kicked, I think. I'm not too sure. Yeah, I think that's about it for that one. Oh yeah, I did recruit Rise Nick. I think I recruited Rise Nick. He's still on Rise as editor, I think. And maybe like one other person, I don't know. So yeah, that's it for that. This video is really long enough. I'm gonna quickly talk about like what's it like being in a team and like not being in a team. I prefer being a solo, I can't even talk, a solo person in the community. Technically I am in two teams, but it's nothing like being in Rise because I'm in a team called Aftermath. If you play team lobbies, you might know about us. We are currently the #1 ranked team lobbies team. We have about 14,800 wins overall, I think, somewhere around there. And yeah, we are basically every single, if not every day, but every other day. It's hard for me because I live like across the other side of the world than everyone else in the team, so it's hard to play online with them because I either sleeping or at work or school or whatever. So I try at least every other day to go on team lobbies and get a couple of wins. So yeah, that's pretty cool. There's nothing like Rise because we just do team lobbies, and we don't upload lots, I'm not gonna lie, but we upload when we get like maybe a pretty decent score on a online team lobbies game or something like that. So that's pretty cool. And the other team I am in is well, they changed their name. I was the manager of PBU Parks, and we changed our name to Classic Skating. I don't have a bloody clue why. Ask Timmy, he's the leader, former Rise Tony. So that's actually real chill being the manager of that. There's nothing to do. It's nothing like Rise. There's a lot of like I'm not gonna get too much into it, but it's just way more chill when it's not people who are trying to only get into a team for fame, if that makes sense, because there's so many people, and I mean so many people that only want to join Rise just to get recognized, just to get like 100 extra subs, then leave. Honest to God, man. It's crazy how many people do that. And like they even started on Rise, like if they get kicked or if they leave, I'm not too sure exactly, but they could like delete their videos off the channel so that they don't get like recognition or whatever. So that's pretty cool, I reckon. Yeah, I think that's all I have to say for this video. It's a 1 year anniversary, since I got kicked from Rise. It's been fantastic. Bit of time not being in Rise than it was in Rise, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, that's basically it. I thank you for watching this long, boring video. 14 minutes long about, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later.